This is the poster of our project. As you saw in the video, we talked about the problem of demand of cloud computing, as well as the wasted personal computers in enterprises. So our system is solving those two problems together, where we have an cloud management tool that we choose. It's called OpenStack. This tool is implemented on the different devices. Those three devices, for example, is the enterprises devices, as well as one control node that will be ours. This is for the admin only. This enterprises will have some script inside it. This script will be initiated at certain times, scheduling or at the usage. This will be sent to the controller node, this node, and will move the cloud action from one device to another. So this is the basic of our project. So
Jamil, mainly, what's the difference between your project and public clouds like Dropbox and OneDrive?
This is a private cloud, not a public cloud.
Okay. On enterprise.
Yeah, this is for an enterprise.
Okay.
So
you're saying that you deploy a
cloud. It's not a stable cloud. It's not just in one server. It will move, and it will make use of those devices. So those devices will have hypervisors type 2 on them. They will make some instance that you can make some instance and use them to host a website, do some hard computational
infrastructure as a platform.
Yes.
So basically, you're saying you can deploy this is a solution where you deploy a cloud on an existing infrastructure.
Yes.
And this cloud will be moved,
yes.
depending on the used for the devices. So if like secretary use his device from 8 to 4, okay. After 4 p.m. the device is sit idle, so no one will use this device. So our idea to use this device from 8 to next day to be utilized. So if you want to host a service, any kind of service, so we use this PC.
And virtual machine will be moved from
will
between
be
all the
moved
devices.
depending on the schedule.
Okay.
So schedule, not.
For now, it's a schedule.
For
the
proof of
concept is a scheduling.
Yeah, not.
So the functions are what the ones that you consider when developing it. What are the main functions that you are catering for? For example, what is the cloud doing? I mean, the cloud application.
The cloud application.
I mean, I'm a little unclear on how is this going to help me. I mean, it seems like a convenient.
Yes. As here, for example, in one of the courses we need some cloud resources to deploy our projects. So we mostly go with Amazon's web services or Microsoft Azure's, but now we can use those computers actually to deploy our projects. Like when my project is to deploy a web page that will be accessed here on the KPPM. So we can deploy it in one of those devices.
So you're using two things. The pain point you're trying to solve is not going for external services.
Yes.
But
for the enterprise itself.
Enterprise. But the other thing is utilizing the idle time.
Yes.
But what if that's a scheduling issue? You're assuming that there'll always be capacity somewhere. Something will be idle.
Yes.
Instance from the labs are mostly used from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So in this time we'll move from lab to move the instance from lab to another.
So if you want to have a service, example, you don't need to bring a powerful server. So you can't use these computers as a storage or as a computational.
So actually, what did you implement?
This is the question.
Yes, we implemented the OpenStack as well as the.
What do you mean implemented?
We use the OpenStack.
Yeah, OpenStack is an open source cloud management tool. It's very advanced. I think they give 6 months training for it, something like this. It's almost like the CCNA from Cisco. This cloud management tool allowed us to implement on 3 different nodes, one called controller, one called compute node,
And then
and one is called network node. But here we implemented network node in each one of them. So the cloud now can move actually from each script that's written in each one of them. So we have, for example, here a script that say at 7 o'clock, move the cloud from this device to this device.
I think you mean the virtual machine.
The virtual machine, the instance.
The virtual
The instance,
machine
sorry.
from.
Yes.
Yes.
So from this device to this device, as well as in this device at a certain point.
How long does it take? You mentioned something like
Yes.
30 minutes is the requirement
It
and 2
depends on the
hours.
size of the instance actually, and the usage of the.
And the requirement you stated two
Yes,
times.
yeah.
30 minutes and 2
At
hours.
first, we thought like we could only do migration with stopping the instant, like killing the instant, then moving it, because you cannot move something that's running,
Then you
doing
found
some
the tool to
communication.
do that for you.
Yes, and now we found something. It's called live migration, provided by this tool, but it depends on the usage of the instant itself. So if this the CPU usage is high, it will take much longer. So in the script we wrote, we actually forced it after half an hour to force migrate the instant from this to this.
But
Because if I run the migration again, code from this one to this one, it will give me an error. So we have to deal with that.
So every half an hour you have to move?
Yes.
For-
No,
not
actually,
no,
we'll
you
give
can
it an
take
hour.
up to half an hour.
Yes.
Up to half an hour. If
Up to
it
half an hour.
if it uses
So
a long
this,
time.
this time based on measurements or you
Yeah, based on measurement of
Because
a
you-
small instant. If you have a bigger instance, you have to change those values. The one we have, I think, Ubuntu, for the
so
size of
we
it.
need
is-
30 minutes to move a virtual machine from one location to another
Yes,
location.
it depends on the usage.
While using it.
Yes, while using it.
While using
Without using it, it will take at most, I think, 5 minutes or something.
Oh, okay.
But if you're
How
using
about
it,
the
most
two-
of the time you're gonna use
The
it.
2 hour requirements for installation.
For installation. Yes.
Yes.
Installation.
So this will be one time.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, one time.
One time.
So your value proposition here is basically you're saying that you go to a company, you tell them that you already have an IT infrastructure,
Yes.
and I'm
We
going
use
to
that.
deploy a cloud in it.
Yes.
How do you make money?
We make money out of the script we wrote.
So the
And
script.
the management of
My
the script.
question is about the
Yes.
script.
Yeah.
The script takes care of the scheduling. That's it.
Yes.
What does the script do? Do you have it there?
Hmm? No, here no. We have it actually on the computer.
No, but
So the most important thing here is the script because other things is you learn how to install this, but
Yes.
the script is your
This is
your
our-
innovation.
way to
This is
make
our-
money.
This is the idea. The core of the
What does it
product.
exactly do?
What
The
the
script?
Yeah.
It will do this live migration. It
Yeah.
will use the
To make the moving instance automatic.
command line interface of the management tool to communicate with those nodes and do
So
the
you make the
migration.
movement scheduled,
Automated, yes.
automated. How long was that script? How many lines?
It's
it was?
not, it's
Not
not
very
long.
long.
Yes. It's a proof of concept,
And
only for
what-
one instant.
So there is nothing to trigger the movement, only static. At that time, move.
Time
Just time.
scheduling.
So schedule.
Schedule.
Time
Schedule.
scheduling.
Only scheduling.
Yes, for now time scheduling. For later, we thought of adding users scheduling. For example, if someone came at night using this device, you will see an impact of the performance. We don't want to see that. So we thought just making another script, but because of the time, we could not finish that.
now the question is, the project was not just about moving
Yes.
instances of virtual machine. The project was that
We have to make sure of the
you have complete
redundancy.
services, right? So you might have an application that has a front end, business logic, back end. So do you have that? Do you have that to demonstrate?
Yeah, we have one video, I think in one of the instance, streaming video. I think we can, I don't know if it's
Instance
running or
of,
not.
sorry, video of what?
Streaming video, just video streaming.
So you have an application that's doing video
Yes.
streaming, but no, because the challenge is in the database.
Database persistency.
The database persistency, with services persistency, like, it's not a matter of waiting half an hour to move that. Is that the only way to do it?
Yes, it's the only.
Did you check against the bandwidth available? Switch, how much bandwidth?
The bandwidth available on the switch.
Of course, they need to be connected through a switch. What was the bandwidth of the switch?
It's gigabit.
Are you sure about this?
I
It
think
takes
so.
30 minutes?
It takes 30 minutes because of the usage.
It's too much.
It's not about that. When you turn off the instant, you can turn it in, I think, 5 minutes. We removed Ubuntu 300 megabit in 5 minutes.
So you tried with the streaming, it took 30 minutes?
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
It isn't that much, it's too much, 30 minutes.
Yes, because we're using this one.
Yeah.
What's happening is you make some changes in the data in this node. So when you live migrate to this node, the changes in this data, you have to do it again.
But
So
not
you
the
keep on
Ubuntu,
changing,
but not the
changing.
operating system.
Yeah, what do you mean?
So are you transferring the whole image of the operating system, including the modified settings,
Yes,
every
yes.
time?
yes, because it's modifying at this moment.
Fine,
That's the
but
thing.
don't
If
you
you
think
turned it off, there's no problem. You will make sure that the image here is the same as here. But when you do some calculation here and you do the migration, you're still doing some calculation here. So it's still new data here.
Moving
every
the
time.
application, this is understandable, but why
Yeah.
you keep talking about Ubuntu? Why are you moving the
Virtual
operating
machine
system.
is moved.
you're,
No,
vir-
this
you're
is
moving the
instant.
virtual
The
machine?
instant is running Ubuntu. We have another one running Fedora and one running.
Yeah. So I think what you
Cirrus.
mean by moving, you're actually taking this instance and reinstalling the instance on another node. That's why it's taking too much time.
I think you
No.
don't have control. You
This
use
is-
the tool.
We're not
Let your live
uninstalling.
migrate
We're not
to do
uninstalling.
that.
No, the tool should allow. Otherwise,
We're not- we're
cloud
not
computing would have died.
No, you see, there are other solutions. I will tell you.
Yes.
VMware, they are providing solution called teleportation. The problem is that if you want to move different instances, they have to be, the machine should be the same, similar, CPU similar, hardware similar, equal. Virtual box, the other solution, provides also something like this, migration of. But I tried it, it did not take 30 minutes. I tried the streaming, video streaming.
It depends.
It did not take
It
30
depends
minutes.
on the usage. That's what I told you. If we turn it off, it will take 5 minutes.
No, it was streaming video.
Yes.
It was running. I was watching the video. I moved it between different machines with a fast Ethernet switch. It did not take 30 minutes. And
Yeah,
it's
I think-
open source.
I think it's also
VMware, if you use vSphere,
Yes.
this is called teleportation. They don't, but the problem with VMware, the machine should be the same. Now this issue, 30 minutes, you have to investigate. Why 30 minutes?
Yes.
Especially with gigabit switch.
Yeah, that's, I think, depends on the
But in here,
infrastructure
you
and
don't
the
have that
devices
requirement, I
itself.
guess.
It's open source, so you have to investigate.
I think in here you don't have the requirement of having exact machines.
Yes, here it is. There is no requirement, but why 30 minutes? This is what you have to investigate.
Yeah.
But here
Investigation of
the
this.
requirement was that you have application services. You're not moving personal, virtual machines.
I have a database.
So you have a database, you have a web server, you have a business logic. They have to be run all the time. So it's not really moving the server as much as load distribution. So is there any load distribution? Meaning, would you have a web server running on several virtual machines so that when you need to turn
No.
one off?
No,
Yeah,
it's
that-
not possible.
Why not
In
possible?
virtualization, it's not possible.
What do you
To
mean?
run two at the same time. Because you cannot rely on the speed of the internet to divide the network. It's like, it's a cluster, but it will be so slow. It's not possible. Actually, we searched about this. We posted in our forum, it said it's not possible whatsoever.
What is not possible exactly?
Doing this, having one website, for example, hosted in two.
Not
different-
not one
Mm.
website hosted. I did not say
What do you ask?
two web servers.
Two web servers, yes. Running on one machine.
And then you have another one for load distribution before them. For example,
Mhm.
do you think Google or any of these companies, they host their webs on a single physical machine?
Yes.
They're actually hosting it on their own internal cloud, and
This
they
is-
have geospace servers and
This is
everything.
infrastructure as a service. You have a whole image, operation system image. You can do whatever you want with it. You can install this distribution system on it.
No. The idea was to have persistent services and databases. Can you demonstrate this?
Do you have something to show us, Jamil? A demo?
We have here the management tool itself. You can saw
So can you explain for us what you're going to show us?
this is the login page, the infrastructure. I'm gonna log in with the admin user. we have another user for the demo. But I'm gonna open for the admin. This is some of the projects in the we made. So I'm gonna go and show one of the instances that are running.
Like the demo is supposed to include the use cases. Okay. So, for example, a developer requesting, a service.
The infrastructure is running in the lab. You're running
This
it on
one
machines.
running in the cinema.
In the Sensor Project Lab. Okay.
Yes.
And how many machines?
And right now 2 machines.
Okay.
So
Should
now
be
you're
3,
logged in
but
as an
one of them is turned
administrator.
off to stream.
You're logged in as an administrator.
I'm logged in as an administrator.
Okay. So if somebody wants to request a service or a
Yes.
allocation,
We
can you do?
we can create a project for him right here. And also we can create a user for him.
So how would he request? It's not like through a web
This
page.
is a private network, private cloud. It's not something
I
that-
know. So
He will come
how
to-
would he make the request?
He will come to the admin himself and ask for this request.
When you put something as a use case, that means it's automated. فمش I'm asking you about the use cases in your
If
use
we-
case diagram.
If we create a user for him, he will have.
يعني
this-
you have a developer. Who's a developer?
Developer is someone like we created here someone called demo. This
Yes,
demo
the
can access
developer
it,
can
but
create a
he
service.
doesn't have all the permissions as the admin.
So all these use cases after the fact that you create something. for
Yes.
him. Okay.
So we will create for him an account. Then we added a flavor, which is any type of operating system you want.
Like he
So-
wants 3 CPUs,
3
or
CPU.
1 CPU, 10 gigs of RAM.
And then how he deploy his application actually?
He will choose of one of the
Can you demonstrate that? I mean,
Can you show us a
I'm asking
complete
about,
example?
use cases.
yes. Like here, I'm gonna try to launch an instant.
Yeah, and demonstrate a developer that you already give him an account,
Yes.
and now he wants to, he wants to create an application or
Yes.
user
Right
agent.
here, I'm launching I'm trying to launch an instant, a new instant.
You're
like
launching
I'm-
it as what?
I'm a developer.
As a developer.
Yes.
Okay.
So now I need a new instance. I need to deploy something. So I will go here. I will put the name of the instance, for example, test1. I will go for the source, choose the images. We have now 3 images that we made available inside the system. One of them is Ubuntu, one Fedora, and one for just for testing.
So these are the operating system.
Yeah, operating system you can choose. You can ask us, the admin, and we can provide more.
Okay.
But for now, we have those. For example, let's take this one because it's very small. We can choose the flavor.
All this now is from OpenStack, or this is your custom code? This is OpenStack.
This is OpenStack. So we have to configure this. Because this
No,
one,
no,
you
fine.
cannot see anything here.
No,
We had
because
added all of
I
it by mistake.
understand, because you said your business
Yeah.
model is selling a script,
Yeah.
but so far I haven't seen that script.
The script is actually
It will
in the
work
back.
afterwards.
In the back.
So
Back now.
you're requiring that whatever organization to take this solution is to do this themselves.
No, this one requires a lot of configuration to do.
Exactly. So do you have a script to set it up, or they will have to set it
No,
up
we
manually?
have to set it up.
Manually.
We are the one who gonna set it up.
Mm.
We will take money for this. I told you because this one needs certification actually to make.
So no, I'm just clarifying things.
Mhm.
So the setup itself is manual.
It's
all
manual.
manual.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it depends on the structure. Because here, for example, in this lab, we have set up certain floating points that can be assigned to those instances and also assign those fixed range of private IPs that also can be only seen inside this network nodes. So it's a very hard.
So we have 5 minutes for the. If you just complete the demo.
Okay, I'll try to do as fast as possible. So I'll try to make the smallest one. This is the flavor of the instance.
I think you should speak to the examination committee.
Sorry. There are some other configurations like a K-pair. We can add a K-pair here to the, so we can SSH to the instance, to whatever we want. And also we can do some security groups that will have the permissions, like if you want to block someone from certain IPs or remove the IPs from them. We created actually 3 keys and 1 default security group that will be actually added.
You care more about what you did.
Yes.
Let's go, this is the configuration. Let's also go to the point that shows us something.
I'll show you the script that. So this is the first script that we talked about. This one just was for the demo, for the proof of concept. It will, every 60 minutes, it will just take this instant here. This is the ID of the instant from here up to here, and send it to the node, this node.
So, in your script, do you look for idle machines,
For
or
now,
you
this is
you
hard
have
coded.
or
This
you
is hard coded
no,
for
no,
1.
just time, okay, but at that time I moved to which machine?
No, hard code.
Yeah, this is hard coded. This is a
Hard
proof of
just
concept
demo.
Oh,
for one,
okay, hard
for 1 instant. So, and also after another 60 minutes, it will change the flag and do again, but to a different node, to the previous node.
Okay. You said
So-
you can't go to the previous node because it will give an error.
Yes. That one run into an error. So that's why we have another version. This is version 2. And version 2, we actually, after 30 minutes here, after 60 minutes, here now, after 30 minutes, we will run something called live migration first.
How long is that pause?
I think
So the
it
user
take
will stop
4 minutes.
working.
Yes, it will stop for about a minute, 2 minutes.
10 minutes.
No, 2 minutes,
2
3
minutes.
minutes, something like this. 5 minutes maximum to migrate anyone that it's paused.
So let's give Mohammed, sorry, the 2 minutes for the examination committee because we need to move on. Shabab, into as an external examiner, do you have any question or concern so that they can address it before they submit the final report?
So already that vote has sailed. They are submitting.
We still have also the version 3.
I just have a question. I can.
In the commercialized version,
Yes.
would that be dynamic search for the best?
Yes, it will be dynamic and everything. Actually, I run someone that it will collect the ID itself.
So you would run
automatically
another
and-
script to find
and
the
search
most,
for
the most suitable ideal station.
Yes, exactly. That's it. And we can list the computer nodes with can create some database that it should say that this one will be free up to this moment, and this one will be free up to this moment. So we can choose the most suitable.
Okay, Sami, what do you think so far?
I see a lot of good work, but at the same time, I'm still not sure about the potential. So I feel I'm a little unsure, really, to be honest.
If I had a project where I'm modeling, for example, have a modeling project that requires a lot of CPU power,
Yes.
would this come in handy?
Yes, if we implement it as a cluster computer.
Okay, so I have a cluster, okay? I'm sitting in a big facility that
Yes. But the purpose of the
Yes.
project has to be
and
cloud over
takes a long
So we made it public
One
because we need MP routes and
Don't this actually.